Sound, speed. Camera.
And marker.
B-mark.
Marker.
And action!
One of my colleagues had referred me to the concept Betty La Fea, which was a Colombian telenovela, and asked me if I was familiar with it and if I thought there was a potential market for it in America. I responded, well, how does that translate? And he said, Ugly Betty. And I said, love the title, tell me more.
We had originally developed this as a half-hour comedy. And upon further research and Ben and I talking to one another, thought there was something really special in coming up with a very unique, light hour of television.
And so we approached Salma Hayek because she came from the world of telenovelas and really understood it and has been just a tremendous asset.
I am hoping to appeal to the regular girl, not these hipster fashionistas here.
Okay. Cool.
I'd always kept asking about this project because I knew the original, my mom would watch it, and I just liked the title, Betty La Fea, Ugly Betty. It was just something I just thought it was funny.
He kind of pitched us a very bizarre idea that Betty should be an FBI agent.
And on the other end of the line were Ben, myself, and a handful of crickets.
And at that moment, I knew that was not the road to go down.
That doesn't sound so terrible.
Betty La Fea is a springboard. I love the idea of this fish out of water story, of this exaggerated character. I love, the tone, which is sort of inherent in most telenovelas, which are kind of broad and campy, and the idea of trying to translate that to an American TV show and retaining that humor.
Yo,
I watched a couple episodes of the original Colombian telenovela, and I just saw it immediately. I mean, she was hideous. she was even more outrageous than the Betty that I play.
Oh my God.
Selma had told me about it a year before. All she gave me was the pitch of this character and who she was and the world that she lives in, and immediately I just fell in love with this character.
Just let me, I got it.
Mark, give it to me! I can't hit your boss, but I can hit you, and everybody knows I'm from Queens, so I will do it! Thank you.
Selma was a fan of hers, we were fans of hers, and we went to New York to meet with her.
Sylvia and I were having dinner with America, and we were talking about, the character and how we saw the series and so forth. And America was just lighting up, and her eyes were big, and she was sitting next to me, and she just got this kind of wave of excitement. And as she went to say something to me, she completely cleared the entire table, and everything went flying, and Sylvia and I looked at each other and said, there's our Betty.
Just as an actress and then as a human being, what I really like is when she gets the giggles.
Fat Carol leaked the spread.
Get her nails done.
Wow. She's so quick and she's so bright and she just takes the whole thing in her stride and she's really, really embodied the character.
Tired of sticking your finger down your throat? Want to lose weight the easy way? Ask me how. Herbalux can help.
She really grounds everyone. She brings the fortitude that she has from her family, how she was raised, into this workplace.
Well, the family life is an extremely important component to understanding this character.
When I first read the script, I was like, oh my gosh, this is my family. This is how we are.
Put it down.
She's a little bit of a witch.
Give or take a letter.
This is a Latino family, and that these values are values that are integral to Latino culture.
Yo soy muy embarazada.
Just told him you're pregnant.
Fantastico. No, baby? No.
With Betty and Justin, they say that they're outcasts. Like, people in school don't get Justin. Obviously, in mode, people don't understand Betty because she's not a mode girl.
Killer poncho.
Thanks.
Everyone in the beginning said, when's Betty gonna get pretty? When's she gonna get her makeover?
And I think what people realize is they don't want a makeover because she's slowly making over the horrible nightmare people around her.
Hola!
That is the absolute cruelest thing I've ever seen. Someone's getting a raise.
You know, we have such an unbelievable ensemble cast.
Most people came in and read. I mean, it was really casting.
I distinctly remember the audition scene. I had to say, are you the before? Hi, you the before? Huh? Before and after? The photo shoot? Are you delivering something? And of course, the first take, I was like, are you the before? And they were like, just, you know, keep it real, keep it funny, but keep it real. And I remember just right away falling in love with them. I wanted to be part of this project so badly.
Initially, when they first met with me, they said that Alexis was going to be the supreme villainess on the show. And then they said that they had another idea for me, which was to play Alexis Mead, the former brother of Daniel Mead, who's now his sister.
Just to put a rumor to rest, they don't save it in a jar.
And Vanessa was literally available and locked to be our Wilhelmina a day before production.
We have 2 days to conceive and execute an entirely new concept.
If any of you have any plans, I need you to cancel them.
And expect to come home to dead pets.
Schmoopy.
One of the big scenes that even got me really excited when I first read the pilot was the fact that Wilhelmina gets Botox.
Done.
That she was allowing her assistant to give her Botox in the office, I thought was genius.
The actor will bring something completely different that, you know, will inspire you.
Mark originally was the little minion over Wilhelmina's shoulder.
You'll notice I ripped your lettuce into bite-sized pieces and decobbed your baby corn.
I mean, when I auditioned for it, the breakdown said, Wilhelmina's bitchy gay assistant, and that was all it said.
Love the crystal menorah next to the sterling silver Santa. So taboo. Don't you just love the holidays?
I've developed this great relationship with Amanda. Mark and Amanda have become sort of frickin' frack.
That started in the pilot episode. There was one line where he said, look, Mark was making fun of Betty and her two friends at the cafeteria, and he said, look, it's the bizarro version of Sex and the City. And Amanda says, stop it, I'm gagging. But from the first episode, every time they talk, I don't know if you noticed this, but they link arms. Amanda's always holding on to him for some reason, and I think they're both good friends.
I like to say they share a brain, and Mark gets to keep it most of the time.
And these are the people who get the Jimmy Choo.
The what?
The boot.
What?
Gone.
Huh?
Later, skater.
I base Amanda on all the girls who are ever mean to me, because they'd always look at me like this. And that's pretty much what I do all the time as Amanda.
You know, we kind of are like we are in the show in a lot of ways.
He's become a great friend because we really have similar senses of humor.
I mean, Becky and I are like total besties. We hang out all the time. We always ride to events together. You know, we kind of are like we are in the show in a lot of ways. But we need Betty. And we can't do it without Betty, and we have to team up with Betty. We're frenemies. And I love that. I love that fake word. I think that's what, you know, you can't deny that, I mean, even though Betty doesn't fit in and she doesn't belong, you can't deny that she's quite good at her job and that she's nice.
She's like the fulcrum, like the center point of the show. She's the glue that holds everyone together, and in actuality, she's the only one who's together, even though she's a fish out of water.
We come to work every day and we enjoy what we do. It's a lot of work. But we don't see it the way the rest of the world sees it, which is on a television with the finished product. So at the Golden Globes, I think that's when it finally felt like, oh my gosh, people are actually watching the show.
Being there was so surreal. All of us were just sort of like, we kind of expected someone to tap us on the shoulder at any minute and be like, you guys are in the wrong place. You're not supposed to be here, you know?
When they called Ugly Betty as the best comedy series,
Wow.
everything went blurry, and I just screamed. I think that's all I did. All I did was scream. I looked across the table at Eric Mabius, and we were just screaming at each other. We must have looked like crazy people.
Now, when America won, I think we just poured with tears.
I'm so sorry. I'm such a mess right now. I'm still getting over the shock of our first award. Thank you to the Hollywood Foreign Press for recognizing the show and this character who is truly bringing a new face to television. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful message about beauty that lies deeper than what we see. And it's such an honor to play a role that I hear from young girls on a daily basis, how it makes them feel worthy and lovable, and that they have more to offer the world than they thought. And it's such an honor to play this role.
To be so eloquent when she was on that stage accepting, that award really, I think, brought the house down.
That a leading lady on TV can be called ugly, I think is a huge step in television and in Hollywood, especially in television.
It was a triumph for the uglies. Ugly Betty has had such an impact all over the world. Without a doubt, a universal appeal to this story.
The real secret of Ugly Betty, as far as I'm concerned, is that she says, you know what? I'm okay just the way I am.
Even when she is made to look stupid, she never loses her dignity.
I think that we have found a really magical way to tell a story that's been told 1,000 times. It's a Cinderella story, it's a coming-of-age story, it's a fish out of water story.
I think the reason that it was such a success in its first season is that it's a show that the country was really ready for and kind of hungry for. It really has a heart. It's very warm, it's very welcoming, it's very accepting, and it's very, very funny.
We're just all having a really good time and really fortunate to be on a show that is being accepted by audiences. People actually are enjoying it as much as we're enjoying doing it.